So if you're a local contractor and you're not getting calls, here are the 5 biggest mistakes that I see contractors make with their websites and their GBP. And be sure to stick around all the way to the end because this is the biggest mistake that I see contractors make. And side note, I've made this mistake myself. So mistake number 1, you leave the GBP as an afterthought. Because here's the thing, the majority of contractors, they put all this effort into their website. So just imagine this, you got this beautiful website, it's the perfect lead capturing device. The problem is, no one sees it. If no one sees it, what's the point? Usually I can take a quick look at the contractor's Google business profile and I know immediately whether or not he's actually putting the effort into it, right? If you don't have a fully complete profile, it means start to finish, it's completely filled out, you have all of your services listed, you have keyword-rich descriptions. These are the things that you should be paying attention to. I've talked about this in previous videos, and as of right now, in 2026, we don't know how long this is gonna last, but in 2026, the Google business profile is gonna be the majority of your moneymaker. In 2027, that may change, but as of right now, AI hasn't fully caught up for local SEO, but it's coming soon. So what does that mean for your strategy? That means that, yes, you can put effort into the website, but with a different angle. So imagine that the GBP is the forefront of everything. You build the website around the GBP, meaning if you have 30 services, your core services, the ones that you actually do for your customers, you wanna make sure that you have 30 dedicated service pages on the website. And so the focus is we build the website around what the GBP does, not the other way around. Because in previous videos, I discussed that 42% of those clicks are still going to the Google business profile. As of 2026, and I said, it may change in 2027, but as of right now, that's where the majority of your money is coming from. So optimize the GBP first, then the website is there to support it. Mistake number 2, whether you're doing this or whether you're hiring a local agency to do this, do not create location pages. Location pages, they worked in 2020, they no longer work today. And so the reason that location page, the idea behind it was if you rank number 1 for that city, people will find you. Okay, but the AIs and Google factor in proximity. So if you're not actually located in that town, for example, if I'm 30 miles north of the city of Chicago, but then I create a location page for the city of Chicago, Google and the AIs are gonna be like, what the hell is he doing? He's 30 miles north of here. And so number 1, it's never gonna rank, and 2, it's just gonna drag your website down because if you have pages that don't actually get traffic to them and people are not clicking through and visiting, or I guess today, if AI agents aren't visiting your pages, it's gonna drag the website down. So don't waste your time with that. So instead of the location pages, we're gonna do local neighborhood pages, meaning we are gonna actually pull a local rank map. We are gonna see where are we showing up? Where are we green? Okay, cool. So typically you'll find a bunch of yellow surrounding the green, right? Because it's based off of relevance and proximity wherever you're closest to. And so the yellows is where you really wanna put the focus on it. And again, we don't just guess. That's why we pull the rank map. The yellow is gonna be the easiest to target, because that means we are close enough in topical relevant aspect, meaning Google trusts us enough to show us somewhat there. And so we build content around that. And when I say neighborhood, it's really more landmarks. So if there's a school, we can talk about the school, but we don't just guess, we use actual data to determine our content strategy. So problem number 3, you're creating a bunch of useless blog posts that nobody's gonna ever click on. I was guilty of this myself. I used to create tons of blog posts, tons of just general content, because the idea was if we give Google more content, they'll reward us with more traffic. But here's the problem. If you create a post about 10 tips to keep your AC running throughout the summer, you're not targeting a specific location. You might start ranking in Kentucky, even though I live in Chicago. Now, are clients that living in Kentucky, is that gonna do anything for me if I'm in the city of Chicago? Probably not. You need local customers, you need local business to drive the business and the phone calls forward. So instead, what you should be doing is creating the people also ask questions type content. So there's a little bit of nuance to this and this gets a little complex, but the idea behind it is these are search queries that Google actually deems worthy. So the more relevant you are and the more you can give Google what it's looking for, the better off your rank map is gonna actually look. You'll position yourself a lot better. So why don't I just show you a live demonstration? Okay, so we're gonna do this incognito and then we're gonna just do the query, which for this will be AC repair, Chicago. Okay, so we'll look it up in here. And if we scroll down, here is what I was referring to. The people also ask questions. So we can't typically use every single one it suggests because logically it just won't make sense to utilize. But if you look, like what is the $5,000 rule for AC? Let's see what it says. So yeah, this actually might be useful. I don't know if I would make a page about this though. So how much should I expect to pay for AC repair? What is the 3-minute rule? Like this one, probably not. Here, like this one, is a 7-year-old AC unit old? We could probably use that. Which AC brand lasts the longest? Like I would definitely use this one, right? So I would pull a couple of these. I wouldn't do it word for word because Google will obviously penalize you for that, but you would kind of just rewrite this, put it in the FAQ section of that page. So if you have an AC repair page, you would actually put that in there. And then if you want to actually get a couple more of these, you just keep clicking it and then more will pop up. And so that's how you pull these questions that people also ask questions, reword them, and then just answer them. And that will actually give you more topical relevance. And it's going to help you boost that rank map and expand that green zone. Mistake number 4, making reviews your entire GBP optimization strategy. Listen, Google reviews, they do boost a little bit, but they're not the number 1 ranking factor. Google will tell you this. A lot of the gurus out there will also tell you this, but I've explained this in previous videos. The truth is, I have multiple clients who are outperforming the vast majority of their competitors, even those competitors have way more reviews than them. So it's clear from the evidence that reviews aren't the number 1 ranking factor. It's a combination of several factors. So what does that mean? Should you give up if you don't have enough reviews? Absolutely not. Just stop listening to all the bad advice out there. Yes, make it part of your acquisition strategy. Do not make it the number 1 though. So what should you do? Well, we've talked about a lot of the other things you should prioritize over that. But if you are struggling to get reviews, because reviews do have an actual purpose, they work very well for conversion rate optimization. So for example, let's say you're in the top 3, you have 20 reviews, and then the 2 guys below you have thousands. Yes, they're probably more likely to select them over you. However, there are certain strategies that you can utilize to actually get more reviews without having to break the bank. So obviously there's number 1, which is the paid one. So you can use something like Go High Level. It's a little expensive, but you can actually set it up so that you can actually text your customers from one set number, which you should use your personal phone number. Do not use email because it will convert 50% roughly, give or take. Email, if they even respond to it, it converts much lower, like 10 to 20%. So that's one strategy for reaching out to previous clients. The best strategy and the free one is get it before you leave the house. Because the second you walk out of that house, and even when you do text them, you're not really on their mind anymore. The best time to ask for it is when you're right in front of them. You're top of mind, they're happy, they're satisfied. Easiest way to get them to convert. Now, don't just ask for a review because Bob did a great job. While that might help for conversions, that doesn't really help you in the long term for the AI models. And so AI, and this is how you should always prioritize it, is that you should ask what we did and where we did it. Mistake number 5, not getting enough backlinks. So there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do this. So I'm gonna explain both. So what most agencies are doing, and what I used to do, was I used to point backlinks at blog posts. We would try to get those blog posts to rank, and then the idea was we get more traffic to the website. We've obviously already exhausted why that's not a good idea. So what is the strategy? So the strategy, again, revolves entirely around the Google Business Profile, right? We're really trying to push the Google Business Profile as number 1 priority. So if the service pages were made for the GBP, then we need to point links at those service pages that are supporting the GBP. So for example, the AC repair page, we want to point links at that. When we're trying to build more geographical relevance, remember those neighborhood pages we talked about? We should be pointing links at those pages as well. See, I've made the mistake in the past of also just trying to do it without links. So the problem is, even if you have a page and it indexes, and we'll get into that later, it's at the bottom of the totem pole. It has no ranking factor. It's not boosted. It's literally like least priority, the lowest priority to Google. You see, it's ranked by 3 factors: relevance, prominence, and distance. You can't control relevance and you can't control distance, but you can control prominence. Prominence is basically how authoritative Google actually finds your website and your Google Business Profile. Unfortunately, the map pack doesn't have a brain of its own. It heavily relies on Google's local algorithm So it decides whether it's authoritative or not based off the backlink. An article with a backlink has more authority. An article with no backlink has zero authority. It's at the bottom of the pile. Because remember, we're not here to rank blog posts. We're here to push the pages that support the GBP so that you start getting more green on your map pack. More green on the map pack means more visibility, and more visibility means more phone calls and booked jobs, which equals more money, which is the ultimate goal for any local business. And so that wraps up today's video. So if you really want to deep dive in what it truly takes to get your Google business profile and website to the top of search, be sure to watch this video.